They told us a story. For years, we were made to believe that China was only a factory, a place of cheap labor, mass production, and imitation. A country that could never truly compete with the innovation of the West. But that story was a lie. And now, the truth is impossible to hide. Because while the world was distracted, China was quietly rewriting the rules of global power. Not with armies or threats, but with machines, infrastructure, and an unstoppable wave of progress that's now reshaping the future of humanity itself. What began as imitation has become domination. Look around the world's fastest trains? Built in China. The most advanced 5G networks? China. The largest solar farms, the biggest hydro projects, the most ambitious electric vehicle rollout in history, all in China. While the West debated politics, China built the future. In the last 2 decades, China has done something no other nation in modern history has achieved: lifted over 800 million people out of poverty, built more than 40,000 kilometers of high-speed rail, created entire megacities from scratch, and turned deserts into forests. Every number, every milestone, is more than data, it's a signal of how fast the world's balance of power is shifting. But here's what they never wanted you to know: the West underestimated China on purpose. For decades, Western media portrayed China as repressive, chaotic, and backward because fear was easier than understanding. They told you the country was collapsing under its own weight, even as its economy surged to become the second largest in the world, and soon the first. Factories that once depended on Western demand are now serving China's own massive middle class. American and European companies that laughed at Chinese products are now losing billions to Chinese innovation. Tesla may have started the EV revolution, but companies like BYD, NIO, and XPeng are rewriting what electric performance and affordability mean. And that's just the beginning. In artificial intelligence, robotics, and green technology, China isn't following its leading. Cities like Shenzhen and Hangzhou are living testbeds of the future, with drones delivering packages, cashless economies running on facial recognition, and smart infrastructure that literally learns from human behavior. Meanwhile, in the US, bridges are collapsing, trains are decades old, and political gridlock makes even the smallest infrastructure project drag on for years. The contrast is painful and undeniable. When you see China launching fully autonomous ports, self-evolving AI robots, and solar highways, you start to realize this isn't about catching up anymore. It's about who's shaping what comes next. But perhaps the most shocking truth of all is how calculated China's rise has been. Decades ago, when most of the world doubted its potential, the Chinese government quietly launched a long-term vision: Made in China 2025, a plan to dominate critical industries like aerospace, quantum computing, AI, and clean energy. And now, that plan is unfolding with precision. In 2023, China unveiled the world's first AI-driven factory where robots design, assemble, and test other robots, a level of automation no Western country has matched. In 2024, it became the global leader in electric vehicle exports, surpassing Japan and Germany. In 2025, its space program now rivals NASA, not only landing on the far side of the moon but building the world's most advanced space station in orbit. And while America spends billions fighting wars and political chaos, China spends billions building the future faster, smarter, and with more unity than any other power on Earth. But make no mistake, this isn't just about technology. It's about ideology. While the West preaches freedom, it often hides behind corporate control and economic manipulation. China, on the other hand, focuses on one thing: results. It's not perfect, far from it, but its focus on progress, stability, and long-term vision has turned it into the engine of a new world order. The shocking part? The West saw this coming. For years, analysts warned that the US and Europe were losing their manufacturing base, their research edge, and their political willpower. Instead of investing in innovation, they outsourced it. Instead of building, they borrowed. And now, that debt has come due. You can feel it, the shift. From Africa to Latin America, from the Middle East to Southeast Asia, nations once dependent on the US are now turning eastward. They are joining China's Belt and Road Initiative, building trade routes, ports, and digital networks that stretch across continents. It's not just a project, it's a vision for a connected world under Chinese influence. And America? It's watching from the sidelines, stuck in a cycle of debt, division, and denial. The truth is, the global balance is no longer in Washington's hands. China doesn't need to invade, threaten, or destroy to win. It's winning with progress, with efficiency, discipline, and a relentless focus on the future. They told us China was dangerous, unpredictable, and fragile. But maybe the real danger was believing that story. Because while we believed China was still catching up, China was already ahead. Every skyline rising, every factory running 24/7, every AI system learning faster than the last, it all points to one fact: the age of American dominance is fading, and a new era is beginning. But this story isn't about fear, it's about awakening. The world is changing faster than ever, and those who cling to the past will be left behind. China's rise isn't just about one nation's power, it's a reflection of what happens when focus, innovation, and discipline come together. And now, whether the West likes it or not, that truth is out. The truth they never wanted you to know is that the future isn't waiting. It's already here, and it speaks Mandarin. For years, we were told who the leaders of the world were. We were told innovation lived in Silicon Valley, that progress flowed from Washington, that the future was built in the West. But when you look closer, that illusion begins to crack. Because behind the noise of politics and propaganda, China has been quietly building something far greater, not just a stronger economy, but an entirely new global ecosystem. Across Asia, Africa, and Europe, Chinese-built railways, ports, and digital systems form the arteries of a new world order. The Belt and Road Initiative isn't just about trade, it's about influence, connection, and control. From the deserts of Africa to the frozen reaches of Siberia, Chinese companies are digging, building, and wiring the world together piece by piece. Meanwhile, Western leaders argue over budgets. Bridges crumble, industries vanish, and innovation stalls under bureaucracy and greed. Once, the US was the land of creation where dreams became reality. But today, factories lie silent, and the tech giants that once symbolized progress now chase profits through ads and algorithms. China took a different path. It didn't chase quarterly profits, it planned for decades. It didn't rely on slogans, it built results. In just one generation, it turned from an agricultural nation into a super-industrial force. It produces more steel, more cars, more ships, and more renewable energy than any other country on Earth. It leads in high-speed rail, solar power, AI, robotics, and quantum communication. Every major breakthrough that once defined the West, China has matched or surpassed it. And what's most unsettling? It's doing it faster, cleaner, and smarter. This isn't the story the media wants you to hear. Because it forces a painful question: what if America's era of dominance is over? The warning signs are everywhere. US national debt climbing past unsustainable levels. Education systems falling behind. Infrastructure aging faster than it can be repaired. A divided nation distracted by internal conflict while its rivals focus on global expansion. China doesn't waste time fighting itself. It doesn't stop building because of opinion polls or political debates. It moves forward every single day. You can feel it in the cities that never sleep, the hum of electric buses, the soft glide of bullet trains, the synchronized rhythm of a society moving with purpose. It's not chaos, it's orchestration. A level of efficiency that shocks even those who visit once. But let's be honest, this isn't just about pride or power. It's about survival. The 21st century is a race for energy, for technology, for influence. And while America argues about who's to blame, China is rewriting the rulebook. Think about it: when was the last time the US built a new megacity from scratch? When was the last time it launched a high-speed rail network across the country, or created a fully automated manufacturing zone powered entirely by AI? China has already done all of that, and it's not stopping. From the AI-controlled ports of Ningbo, to the autonomous logistics hubs in Shanghai, and the quantum-encrypted communication centers in Beijing, the nation is laying down the blueprint of the future. A future where speed, data, and precision define power, not military might. And in that world, America's traditional strengths don't mean what they used to. But here's the truth that goes even deeper: this isn't just China versus America. This is a shift in how civilization works. For the first time in centuries, the global center of gravity is moving eastward, where production, innovation, and ambition converge. Some will fear this. Others will adapt. But no one can ignore it anymore. As the voice softens, the visuals shift, the Great Wall fades into digital grids, satellites orbiting above Earth, a map showing trade routes glowing red across continents. You can see it, the rise of a new empire, not through conquest, but through connection. And as the camera pulls back, showing the world lit up with Chinese-built infrastructure, the voice concludes. The truth they never wanted you to know is that history isn't repeating, it's rewriting itself. The balance has shifted, and the age of Western dominance is fading into memory. Because the future doesn't belong to those who talk about change. It belongs to those who build it.